about $15 off. If you want to get $15 off, and that's going to go a long way on this next item, open a new HSN card. You immediately become one of our VIP shoppers, but today specifically, you get $15 off your purchase here today. Okay, brand new item from Visualand. We've had Visualand here at HSN for years, one of our leading brands in tablets and earbuds, but this is the brand new earbud from Visualand. So I want you to think about it. It's your music, your audiobooks, your podcasts, your guided meditation. Maybe it's on public transportation. Maybe it's in your home office. Maybe like I'm out doing yard work like I was today. I gotta have something in my ear. But I'm doing yard work though. The mower's loud. The weed whacker is loud. All of that gets loud outside. My dog is loud. Active noise canceling. Aaron said it beautifully earlier. It's not just about the sound, but it's about the silence. Active noise canceling is a very kind of high-tech, great feature to block out all of the sound when all you want to hear is what you're trying to hear. And that is normally a feature that you see on $150, $200. Today, Visualand is bringing us active noise canceling or transparency mode. You get to choose. All of your controls are right there on your earbud. They're touch controls. You can see the power of each one right there on the case, and that case will give you another 48 hours of charge. All of that at a customer appreciation price of $39.99 and a beautiful sleek case, a great comfortable fit, because if you can see it right down here, you're getting multiple silicone tips, so make sure it fits perfectly in your ear. 39, normally we see a 1 in front of that number for all these features.
For active noise canceling, for a 60-hour battery life, and for something I've never seen before, and I think is so beautiful, we're gonna take a close look here. This has a tridisplay watch. So when I open this up, it has a battery percentage.
Oh, that's great.
Is that fantastic or what? Because normally you grab your earbuds and you're like, I don't know, are they charged, are they not charged? You've got to wait and see if they have to sync to your device, right? And you have to check it out that way. Here, as you saw, just open that up again. These have a tri-display battery charging. So look, and if I take that out, you'll see that one will go away, right? Now listen to it for a while, and then I'll put it back in there, and it will show me whatever percentage I have left. I think that's so smart. So I wanted to show you that right away. These are brand new. These are the 2025 model from Visualand. The first time that we've had them, I'll tell you, I've spent my life as a professional musician. Starting when I was 15 years old, I started playing the piano for churches and then for theater groups, and I've really had the incredible fortune to use great sound equipment in my life, to work in some fantastic theaters with great microphones and great speakers and great. The sound quality on these, it is so difficult because you can't hear it, right? I've heard it. You kind of have to take my word for it. But I'll tell you that I really have had the opportunity to hear such great sound production and to play such great instruments and that over my life. And to think that at less than $40, you can get this kind of sound. These feel like a custom made to your ear. In fact, I'm gonna take up my IFB, which I wear all the time, and maybe for the first time in 20 years, actually be comfortable on air, because these are so much more comfortable in my ears. As Ty said earlier, there are 3 different tips you can choose from. They come with the medium size on them, but they just fit comfortably and beautifully, and most importantly, the sound quality is out of this world. Now, we can't talk about the sound quality without talking about the silence. That's the other thing that's really key. So these have a technology called active noise canceling. What does that mean? I'm gonna do, it's hard to sort of understand, but to experience it is really simple. You pop them in your ears and you're like, oh, I get it. Oh my gosh, I can hear things in a whole different way. Here's why. As extraneous noise, so what you're not trying to listen, you're not, things that aren't the music that you're listening to, right? Or aren't the podcast that you're listening to, the dogs barking, the lawnmower, your partner snoring, all of those kinds of sounds, right? That you don't want to hear. Those come into your ear and into the earbud as a sine wave. Because these have active noise canceling, inside in the little dual core 32-bit processor that's inside each of these earbuds, it produces the opposite sine wave to cancel that sound out.
Remarkable.
So it's like a pillow of silence around your head. So first you have the silence, and then you have the extraordinary sound of whatever it is to which you're listening. And when you put those together, you get this extraordinary experience that you don't get in earbuds that aren't active noise canceling.
That's right, it's a huge difference. Take a look at your screen. You've got some great colors to choose from too, especially if you're gifting. I need you to think about this. I know you may not think like, well, I don't know, maybe a graduation gift, maybe birthday gift. I would just grab a few and be ready to gift. You see the gray and the black, but our most limited right now are gonna be in that blue and that pink that you see up there. Your charging cable, the case carries extra 48 hours of charge. You're getting multiple silicone tips right here, so you're gonna get that comfortable fit for your phone calls. If you ever had to take that important phone call, maybe it's a work phone call, or if it's just a loved one, and you're on public transportation, you're in a noisy, but you step out of a restaurant and everything is noisy, active noise canceling gives you that great sound. Now, if you need what's called transparency mode and you want to listen to your audiobook and the kids are playing outside and you need to hear them, you also have transparency mode. So you can hear the kids, but you can also hear the audiobook. You can also hear the phone call. You can also hear the music. The technology in here is so full, and then the sound quality is crystal clear. The sound quality is so full. It's all that technology that you're used to spending $150, used to seeing $200. It's that same feel, that same feature, the same technology. Now, I would suggest picking up multiples here. One for you, one for your partner, one for the kids. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe you're not sure who they're for yet, but on a customer appreciation price of $39.99. Because when you think about it, phone call, music, podcast, audio book, all of that, one of those things we're all listening to at some point or another, in the home, out at work. Our normal HSN deal price is gonna be $90. It's gonna go back up to $90. You could pick up two right now for less than you're gonna be able to get it on an HSN deal price.
That's a fantastic point. Also, you mentioned a phone call and you mentioned transparency mode. And I want to talk about those things for a minute, because there's something else built in that is quite different and that frankly you see on the $200 sort of earbuds, and that is the microphones that are built in. So normally, what would be more standard would be 2 microphones built in. And the microphones are, of course, what pick up your voice, but also would hear extraneous noise that's coming in for active noise canceling and that. Normally there would be 2. There are 6 microphones. There are 3 microphones on each side. Another advantage of that is when you do a phone call, have you ever done a phone call on earbuds and it sounds like someone's holding their phone away and talking down a hallway to you, right?
Or in a can.
Right, or in a can, right? Because it's not that stereo sound. Because there's normally only 2 microphones to pick up someone's voice. There's 6 microphones, so it's a much more dynamic sound.
Oh, cool.
And it's also important in that transparency mode. Transparency mode is this. See, there are 2 kinds of noise canceling built in. There's the active noise canceling, which I explained earlier, where the little brain inside the earbud actually creates an opposite sine wave and creates silence in your ear. And you don't have to be listening to something necessarily to enjoy that. You might just want silence, like you're trying to sleep on an airplane or that sort of thing, right?
Airplane, right.
The other kind of noise canceling that's built in is called passive noise canceling. So you can see there's this really soft, just velvety soft silicone ring that goes around. Again, you can choose one of 3 sizes, small, medium, large. We include all of them. That ring, part of the bud that goes around, and that's what goes into your ear. Well, the seal that creates, I'm gonna put it in my ear, the seal that this creates on your ear creates what's called passive noise canceling as well. Now, to your point, you might not always want noise to be canceled. You're a runner. When you're running, you wanna hear. You wanna hear cars, you wanna hear dogs, you wanna hear all that kind of stuff, right? In transparency mode, it actually uses the microphones to hear what's coming in and channels that into your ear, as well as music to which you might be listening, podcasts to which you might be listening, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it's incredibly comfortable. It's the first time I've put it on my ear. Incredibly comfortable. There are others out there that are very popular that are $200. I don't really know anybody that those fit well on. We all complain about those because we've all had those and we're all like, this sounds good, but man, I turn my head
and they're just hanging from my ear. They fall out all the time.
They fall out.
They do.
This is so comfortable. And really, I may try the other silicone tip on there, but this fits so well on my ear, very comfortable with all of those features, all of the technology, at $39.99 because we are kicking off our customer appreciation celebration. And it is something that we're all on the go a lot. Maybe we're traveling, maybe we're down at the coffee shop, maybe we're at work, we're walking the dog. You want to have your music, your pod. There's so many great podcasts. There are so many great audiobooks right now. There's so much great music right at our fingertips, or a little guided meditation. This is the way to do it right here. And then in your case, you're getting another 48 hours of charging. So 60 hours total. $39.99 right now. This will go back up to $90, but I want you to think, if you're picking up one, think about someone else in your life who may love these as well. I love that all the controls are right there.
Yeah, so there's a multi-function control button. So, for example, if I press this and hold it, it will open up the voice assistant on my phone. So if I wanted to ask, you know, Siri, what's the weather, or that kind of thing. The other nice thing is you can answer your phone, if you're at the beach or you're wherever and your phone is in your purse or away, you can answer your phone, you can start a song, you can pause a song, you can do all of that just by touching. You can't see them because they're built in, but there's multi-function buttons on either side, so on your right ear and on your left ear. You double tap to play, you double tap to pause, you hold on the left side for a count of 4, and that will open up your voice assistant, those kind of things. I want to point out one more thing. Did you notice the finish on the case? There's a couple of things that have really moved this up a couple of levels as the next level of visual ANC earbuds. Number one is, of course, that built-in display, battery display. Number two, the finish on the case, the hand feel to these is so high quality. And then number three, 60 hours. 60 hours of built-in charge. Just 12 hours built in when you take it out of the case and put it in your ear. Oh, and it charges to 6 hours full in just 15 minutes.
Oh, these are at $39.99. Hear that click. Click right there. Okay, Aaron is going to join us a little bit later for a 14-inch touchscreen laptop at less than $300 with Microsoft Office, with Windows 11. But right now, let's clean your air. Let's clean your air. Follow me. Now, when I say an air